If you've got the South Asian body type, then here's exactly how you can drop the visceral fat that's around your midsection. This video isn't going to go into the reasons why you have that visceral fat or why it's different to other individuals and different variations of races and cultures and dynamics. We're focusing on, you've got it, what can we do about it? And because most of it sits around the midsection and not around the arms and the legs, it can become quite a mental task in trying to drop this weight because these areas around your arms and your legs and your face end up getting leaner before the rest of your body in the midsection gets leaner. Just think of it this way. You have a large volume of fat around one area and you have very little fat around other areas. So when this in percentages drops 2%, you will see a large drop in these areas, but 2% in a big area, you'll notice very minimal difference. Just think of it as a toilet paper analogy. If you have a whole big toilet paper and you strip off 2 pieces, you're not going to see much difference. But if you keep dropping off 2 pieces at a time or 2 pieces at a time, you end up at the bottom of the roll at some point. It just takes a while to peel off their layers. And most people stop before they even get to those amazing results around the visceral fat area. Like our clients, they go through the whole process, getting amazing shape, dropping that belly fat, and then staying in shape forever. But most people don't get there because they're hyper-focused on that particular area coming off, not everywhere else. If you want to lose the visceral fat with the South Asian body type, you must be prepared to drop the weight everywhere. If I had the magic pill to be able to drop just visceral fat and nowhere else, I'd be a trillionaire. And that's the key source to this. If you end up focusing too much on the visceral fat, you end up focusing just on that belly fat, you'll be disheartened as you go through the process as you see very minimal changes. It's why we teach our clients to do lots of different ways to measure. They would measure their waist size, they do pictures, they do their body weight, they do their body fat, and they do how they're feeling. Because you get this whole view of how you're actually making change, just not hyper-focused on one particular area. And there's something we've been using for the last 10 years that I've been working with the South Asian community is what we call is what will you weigh when you're lean graph. Now we use this as our metric as opposed to BMI because BMI is a very, very broad range of healthy, but we use a graph that shows us exactly the weight that you'll be when you are lean, reduction of visceral fat. And I'm open to giving to you. I want to give that to you in the comment section. So if you comment guide below, we'll send you over the graph that'll show you exactly the weight that you'll be when all your visceral fat is gone. But getting there requires you having a goal and creating consistency with a nutrition, exercise, and steps program. And the biggest thing with visceral fat, because it will take the longest, is how long can you stay on a diet for? How long can you be consistent for? How long can you stick to something and be accountable? And that's the big major play if you want to get rid of your visceral fat, is how long can you stick to a diet for? How long can you make it a lifestyle? Is it sustainable for you? Too many people do the low carb diets, the keto diets, the fasting, and they end up doing it for 2 to 3 weeks. To get that real deep visceral fat off, you have to be able to stick to something until the end, until it's gone. And that's when with Autonomy, we actually create sustainable nutrition plans within people's lifestyles. Whether that's you're eating South Asian food, whether that's eating Westernized food, it doesn't matter. We have the right custom plans for each individual person that we build with them. And that's why we get great results and remove that visceral fat from everybody. Because if you can't stick to a diet, if you can't stick to something longer term, that visceral fat is the last thing that goes. So you have to be prepared to go to the last part and get there in the first place. So using fad diets, miserable diets like chicken, broccoli and rice, or sticking to one meal plan for the rest of your time, it's not going to see you through to get that visceral fat off or keep it off forever. If you want to know exactly how we get people in amazing shape, dropping that visceral fat off, dropping 10 to 12 kilos in that first 90 days and keeping people in shape forever in a sustainable way, comment the guide below and we'll send you exactly how we do that so that you can start dropping your visceral fat today, getting in better shape, and most importantly, keeping that visceral fat off.